Hello, everybody. It has actually been quite... I should probably put my bike into gear, huh? How is everybody? It has been quite a while since the last time I uploaded, unfortunately. I feel like every time I post a video, there's always an event that ends up taking up a lot of my time and I can't post a video. So I apologize for the delay in uploading. But yeah, we're back today and we're going to be doing some highway testing. It's kind of been on my mind for the past couple days because I have been testing this bike out a lot on the highway. There's been a gap in between the last video of mine and now. So it's probably been like a month, honestly. And I've done some riding just, off screen without any video making. And I've taken the bike to San Francisco, which involves me getting on the highway. So I've been doing actually a lot of highway riding, which is something I'm really comfortable with now. So I think the last time I made a video, I had not really taken the bike out on the highway, maybe like once or twice. And since then I've put quite a few miles on the highway since then. But since then, I've decided that it's probably a good idea to make a video on my opinions on if this bike, the Yamaha R3, is a good bike to take on the highway. So that's exactly what we're doing today. So let's just get right into it. Like, my thoughts and my opinions on this bike. We're going to be getting on the highway here in a second. So what I've come to find out is this bike, it works. You're going to go on the highway and it's going to be perfectly fine. You're going to be able to get up to highway speeds decently quick, and you're going to be able to go those highway speeds pretty well. But I think the biggest issue is this bike is a 321cc engine. So just based on the cc's, they're pretty low. You should understand that you're not going to be going fast. I think this bike can top out at like between 110 and 120 if you're really, really pushing this poor bike. But don't expect to be going that quick. So I live in California, and in California it's a little rough to go. It's a little rough to go those speeds, honestly, because eventually you're gonna hit some form of traffic, and yeah. I think the only time you're ever going to be able to get to that 110 is if you're on an open road, which I feel like when I take my bike out, it's usually on a weekday, sometimes on the weekends. I usually take my bike out after work just to like kind of cool off from the day and, take my mind off things. And of course I'll go, occasionally out on the weekends, but I usually have plans on the weekends that involve me going somewhere in like a vehicle that isn't a bike. So yeah, I think it's going to be case to case with how you feel about this bike and if you think it's powerful enough to go on the highway. I personally think it is. But yeah, you really won't be going super duper quick. I feel bad for that car that is now behind me, but this car in front of me decided to just sit in the middle of the intersection. So anyway, so yeah, we're going to be testing out the bike on the highway here, so you can see how quickly it gets up to speed, and I'll probably give my thoughts and opinions while we're on the highway. So yeah, like I said, this bike isn't going to be super quick, but I kind of see this bike as more of a commuter bike. It's on the comfortability side, it's pretty comfortable. Like I've ridden this bike for about an hour straight, and I honestly didn't feel too uncomfortable, which was surprising to me because this is a sport bike. And from what I heard about sport bikes when I was looking to get a bike, was that they were super uncomfortable. But I think it's because the position of this bike, it's a little different than like a full-on super sport seating position. So you're gonna be not super far leaning forward, and you're pretty low. Like this bike's pretty small. Like I'm about 6 foot, and when I am sitting on the bike, my knees are pretty bent, and they're touching the floor. So you're not gonna have, you know, any issues. I think probably from the range of like 5 foot to 6'2". I think once you're a little taller than 6'2", it's probably going to be a little uncomfortable to like kind of, because this bike is decently small. I think anyone that's even 5 foot would probably tippy toe a little bit, but I think this is going to be your best bet at something that's comfortable and not super duper tall and having a weird forward leaning seating position. So yeah, it's getting really hot right now, just sitting in the sun. Oh, this light probably does not recognize me. Hopefully this, okay, perfect. I was gonna say, hopefully this car behind me gets the light to change, and that it did. So we're gonna be getting on the highway here, I think. Oh, soon. We're gonna be getting on the highway soon. But yeah, I've kind of been thinking that this bike is, I'm not like regretting purchasing this bike at all, because it is a fun bike. I am still a beginner rider, so I do believe it was a good choice for me. But I do think that maybe something a little higher in the CC range, like a Ninja 400 or 500, would have kept me more interested. Like, I feel like because this is like a really low end of the spectrum that you have with beginner bikes, I'd say like maybe think about it a little harder. Don't just go based on looks, because that's what I did. I saw this bike and I was like, holy cow, this bike is absolutely beautiful. I need to have it. It looks so cool. And yeah, it's pretty low CCs, but I mean, I'm a beginner anyway, so it probably won't matter that much. And I wish I kind of thought about it a little more and did more research. Oh, speaking of research, the QUADLOCK. Guys, I totally messed up. I did not do my research on the QUADLOCK. Sorry for this tangent. And I totally removed the bolt that was kind of important for the fork stem. So yeah, don't do what I did. Get a bolt replacement. So I got this ball replacement for the bolt, and I tightened it. It's in there. I'll probably make a video on this setup, but gosh, Yamaha does not make it easy to mount your phone to this bike. Gosh, it was a struggle, a hassle to put this contraption together to get my QUADLOCK back on. But yeah, the fork stem mount is a no-go for the Yamaha R3, unfortunately. Just a tangent, public service announcement, honestly. So anyway, we're going to be getting on the freeway here, and that guy's sign is pretty funny. At least give me the finger. I wish I had some cash. I don't keep cash on my little tiny wallet that I bring on my bike rides. I only bring my license and credit card. But yeah, anyway. Well, we're going to be getting on the freeway here anyway. So there's probably going to be some traffic, so I'm not going to be able to get up to like highway speed, because I am getting in like that rush hour traffic. But yeah, you're gonna see me, you know, pretty easily weave in and out of these cars. Watch out for this car. We're gonna try and get all the way over. All right, and we are up to 65 right now. We're gonna get into this lane now so that we can be in the HOV lane. Hopefully my mic isn't getting absolutely blown out by all this wind. But yeah, we're at 65 right now. It was really easy to get up to 65. I think it's really easy to get up to 80, and then the bike starts kind of being a little loud. It's not like screaming at you at 80, but it's definitely, you know, getting to that range of power maximizing. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this bike tops out at around 110 from what I read. So don't expect to be going 120 on this thing. It's just not gonna happen. Maybe with a tune and some elbow grease and some luck, you can get maybe going down a hill, I don't know. But don't expect this bike to give you everything you've ever wanted in a super fast sports bike. It's just not that bike. Like, I've already kind of thought of buying an R7, like already upgrading, because, you know, you can just feel that sometimes it just doesn't have that power that you want. Because I kind of got a bike to go fast. Like, as much as I hate to admit it, I really want to just be able to go fast when I need to. We're gonna get into this lane here. A fellow biker cop. We're gonna want to get over at some point. This is gonna be a little rough. Oh, it looks like there's some good amounts of traffic right here. We're gonna get in front of this lady that's on her phone, so hopefully she sees me. We're gonna go through this. Would you look at that lane splitting? Lane splitting is so awesome, guys. I've been doing that super often lately, and I'm like, why was I scared of it before? I don't know why I was so scared to lane split in the first place. It's such an awesome hack. I'm in California, so it's completely legal. I don't have any issues with cops lane splitting, which I am a lucky duck for that. But yeah, I'm like, why did I ever doubt myself? Like, we have on a bike, you have so much more room than you think. It's actually crazy. Like, I was watching my buddy lane split, and he's like, "Oh, I'm not gonna make it." And it's like, this guy had plenty of room. It's like your perspective on the bike is different than, you know, what I could probably see if I was watching you ride. And it's just crazy to think about that. You know, I was really scared of not being able to fit in every little position. And yeah, there are certain positions that I probably wouldn't be able to fit, but the majority of them, yeah, you're going to be able to fit, like, no matter what. Yeah. Anyway, so we got up to highway speeds pretty easily. I think we're going to be getting to an area where we can actually hit that, like, 80 mark pretty easily. We're actually going to be going to hit up Barnes & Noble here. I actually have a lot of errands to do, so I thought I'd just make this video on my little errand run. But we have to go to Hobby Lobby and get some picture frames, because we have some cool art that we need to hang up for the room, which you guys will probably never see my bedroom unless I start streaming or something. But let's let this person get over. Yeah, we're gonna hit Hobby Lobby, and then on our way back home, we're gonna hit Barnes & Noble, because apparently Steel Ball Run, JoJo Part 7, I think? Yeah, Part 7 is officially coming out on May 30th or something, but I've been seeing a lot of TikToks of people saying that they have early copies at Barnes & Noble, and Barnes & Noble usually has like manga way earlier than release date. Like, I usually get Oh my god, the wind is insane right now. I hope my mic isn't picking all this up, but like it is actually physically pushing me. This is crazy. But yeah, Barnes & Noble usually has like manga really soon, so that's the end of my my trip. But yeah, so we're at 75 right now. Let's see if we can hit 80. I am all the way down on the throttle. We're at 85, and that was pretty hard for the bike, I feel. Like that felt a little rough. I think maybe if we dropped a gear, we could probably hit that a little quicker. But, I mean, considering the amount of space we have right here, I think we're just gonna stay. But yeah, comfortability isn't a problem, at least for about an hour ride, which I feel like most people commute an hour. And if you are a commuter, I would recommend this bike just because it's, you know, fairly comfortable, really easy to manage. Gas mileage is probably going to be better on this bike than maybe a higher CC bike that might be thinking about getting. But I think I'm also going to be making a video about beginner motorcycles and my opinion on them as somebody that now has a bike and could go back in time and choose a different one. Not that I'm not spoiler. I'm not saying that this bike is worthy of, you know, picking another one over. But I think I would do a little bit more research and not just think about how cool a bike looks. That's kind of what I'm getting at with that. But yeah, we're just having fun now. We just hit almost 95, which was really fun, tucking. Alright guys, I have reached my destination, but yeah, just to wrap up, the Yamaha R3, I think it's a great bike, 100%. If it's the bike you want, you know for a fact you're going to love this bike, and you're not just solely basing it off of looks, I think you're going to enjoy it. If you're a beginner rider, you're going to have fun no matter what. It's definitely not a bike that you can just grow into, though, which I think is the biggest problem, and that shows on the highway. Like, this bike isn't going to be the fastest. It's not going to be anything super powerful, but you are going to be able to get up to highway speeds no problem. Just don't expect to go 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. It's just not possible. You can't go over 110, maybe 120. You're definitely not going to be going 500 miles per hour on this thing. So if you're okay with that, if you think that this beautiful color is worth not being able to go over 100, I think this might be the bike for you. I think I'm just going to wrap it up here because I do have some other errands to get to. But if you guys have any questions, you can always ask me in the comment section. And yeah, I hope I answered some questions and brought you guys a little bit of a new rider perspective on this bike. But yeah, I am signing off. Everybody drive safe, ride safe, and I'll see you guys probably soon. Bye.